So you walk into a casino and you happen to see a couple new games that look kind of cool that you would like to play, but you've never played them before. Or maybe you're new to the casino and you're trying to figure out what slot machine is best for you. In today's video, that's exactly what we're going to be going over: how to pick a slot machine that is right for you and your situation, and what should you do when you approach a slot machine that you're not familiar with. And we're also going to be discussing a little bit about what volatility means and how you can tell what the volatility of a slot machine is on any device, regardless. So how do you pick a slot machine that you're not familiar with? Let's get started with that in today's video. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name's Brantley. I'm a slot technician. I've been in the casino industry a very long time, working very closely with game makers and game developers as well. And on this channel, I'm here to give you guys tips, reviews, and advice on how you can better your experience in the casino, pick better machines, and so much more. Please do check out the video library. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and hit that bell to stay notified for when the next video comes out. So throughout today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of different tips about the exact process of what you should do whenever you approach any slot machine that you're not familiar with. We're going to be putting up a lot of tips and visuals on the screen today to help you guys out. All right guys, so let's dive in and let's start with step number one. And in this video today, I'm actually going to be going over a game that I have never played before. I have never even looked at the game rules. I know nothing about it. So this is exactly how you should approach any slot machine that you are not familiar with. First things first, step one, of course, you want to look over the machine. All right, so the first things first, when you walk up to the machine, you're going to notice, give it a good once over, give it a good look over. So we're looking at the game here. I don't see any jackpots or any progressives or anything like that on the game, but there are 3 different bonuses and also a win what you see up at the top there. That's going to tell you a little bit about the volatility, but big tip number one about volatility is that it always goes in tandem with your budget. So an easy thing to remember is whatever your budget is and your bet amount, the bigger that gap is between that high-end award, that is going to tell you a lot about the volatility. So if a game happens to have something like a grand jackpot, and it's like let's look at Megabucks for example, a grand jackpot that has like a $15 million progressive prize, and you're betting $3, that's a big gap between $3 and 15 million. So looking at this one, I don't see any grand jackpot on it. I don't see any big progressives, which means it tells me right off the bat that chances are most of the pays are going to be in the line hits. So we've also got the 3 different type of bonuses on here as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to sit down, and next up, I'm going to look over my bet options. So step number 2 is going to be look over your bet options. Now, again, it always goes in tandem with your budget. Put your budget as priority number 1. So my budget that I have with me, I have $500 here. That's my budget. I want to look over some bet options and see what's the max bet, what's the minimum, stuff like that. And then we're going to also look in the game rules. So we've got multi-denom here. You can change the denomination by pushing that change button in the corner. Let's look at 1 cent first. 1 cent goes up to $5 a spin. Okay, $5, that's 1% of my bankroll. So I know that I could play this game with up to max bet on pennies. You want to try to stick around, especially if you're trying to bankroll build or budget build, around 1% of what you're going to play or your overall budget. So since we have $500, we want to stick around that $5 point. So $5 is going to be max on pennies. Let's look at 10 cent now. Let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum, 50 bucks. Obviously 50 bucks is gonna be a lot. And guys, this is another really important tip, especially if you're not familiar with slots or you might be new. Always make sure to check your denomination and your bet level before you hit that spin button. Actually, last night I was sitting next to someone who came up to a Dragon Cash machine, wasn't paying attention to the denomination or the bet level, accidentally hit the spin button and bet $250 a spin without even realizing it. So before you hit that spin button, make sure to double check your denomination and your bet amount. It can get kind of confusing on a lot of these newer games. So also, still looking at 10 cent, I see that there is a $5 option on minimum bet for 10 cent. Now this is going to kind of play a crucial, critical role here. So we can do $5 max on penny or $5 minimum on 10 cent. Now let's move on to step number 3, and that is checking those game rules. So step number 3, check your game rules. And this is going to have a lot to do with the bet amounts as well that we were just going over. So Pretty simple pay table. The simpler the pay table, the simpler these game rules are, typically the more rewarding the game can be, or, you know, less variance in the game. So pretty simple pay table there. It looks like the jacks, queens, and tens all pay the same. Aces and kings pay the same. And that's going to be our highest symbol, that little Taj Mahal looking thing. I don't know what it's called. But what we're going to do, now this can be a giant word salad, but we're looking for a couple of key important points here. So what I'm looking for when I'm looking over this is if there's any advantage to betting a higher multiplier, or if there's any advantage to betting a higher denom, because that's going to play into step number 2. Should we play minimum 10 cent or should we play maximum pennies? So that's kind of what I'm looking for right here. I'm not seeing anything right off the top that would indicate that it would be any better, but we're going to go to the next screen. What you see is what you get. Okay, that's that. All right. Here's another important thing to point out, especially for you new slot players out there. Right here, quick stop behavior. Guys, this is on almost every single game. Pressing the play button when the reels are spinning may cause the reels to stop immediately. A player cannot influence the result of the game by stopping the reels. You cannot influence the game by quick stopping the reels. It's right there in the game rules. Pretty simple, straightforward game rules. So let's see. The odds of triggering the big dollar bonus may vary with a changed bet. Different reels are used by bet levels. Let's see, only highest winner paid. That's pretty normal. So there's no verbiage in here. That's a little, let's see. Award probability may vary when a change of wager results in a new game. Other than that, there's no big difference to playing on this game a bigger denom or a bigger multiplier. On some games, there are. A good example of this would be a game like Piggy Bankin' or Locket Link or anything like that. Dragon Link is another one. The higher your bet multiplier, the better your chances are of getting something like that big pig or words to drop in a like on the Dragon Link. But on this particular game, there's no big difference. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our $500 in here and we're gonna try it on a little bit of both. But the most important thing is with this particular game that I've realized is, okay, volatility's not too high on it, pretty reasonable. It has bet amounts that fit my budget. And also there is no big advantage to betting higher or lower on this game. So now let's move on to actually playing the game, and I'll go over some important things about that during gameplay. All right, guys, so I have sat down, I put my money in, and I have decided I'm going to play. This is big dollar gold, and we're gonna give it a shot. Now, when you first sit down and you start to play a game, again, always remember, you don't want your bet amount to exceed 1% of your total overall budget. So whatever your budget is, whether you're working with $20 or $20,000, still the same. So $500 is what we have today. So let's start it out with max bet pennies. That is still within that 1%. Again, we don't want that bet amount to exceed $5. So we have it on the 1 cent denom. We're gonna do some $5 spins and see what we get. So here we go, big dollar gold. All right. All right, so has a little perceived progression kind of deal where it sends that, your little symbol thing up to the top. I can barely talk this morning. All right. All right, we know those are not wilds because we reviewed our game rules. All right, come on. Hopefully we can pop one of those. Also, most important thing whenever you do pick a slot machine is you want to make sure you're having fun with it too. Double pop? Nope. You want to make sure you're having fun with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give this one a little bit. Oh, we got it. Hey. All right, we got the middle one. Extra reel. All right, sweet deal. We got a bonus. All right, let's see. Press the spin. Let's hit that play button there. See what we're going to get. It's doing something up at the top. All right. $20. Nice. Okay, so that does the little feature up at the top. So we got 21 bucks. So we got the queens and the red set off the extra reel up at the top. Not bad. All right. Kind of like it, kind of fun. Let's continue on a little bit. Maybe we can get a double pop or something. You never know. Oh, that's cool. It's got all three symbols. Also, really important thing to remember, guys, this has to do with any game that has perceived progression like this. So the perceived progression is all those dollar symbols around there. That does not indicate if a bonus is getting close to hitting or anything like that. Those are just visuals. So don't get wrapped up in that. Don't chase the big pigs or the bright firecrackers, anything like that. All right. Come on. So what I'm kind of doing is I'm kind of feeling out the game. And also what I'm going to do is, this is something really important. If you guys have watched the channel before, then you know what I'm about to say. And that is, let's set our evaluation point. Now, again, because we might have a lot of new people here, an evaluation point is just a point in the game where you pause. You just pause. You look at the money you put in and kind of evaluate, how's your line hits been? How's the game been performing for you? Are you having fun? Stuff like that. And decide from there if you want to keep going or if you want to step back a little bit. So I'm going to set my evaluation point at $400. So $400, we're going to evaluate what we want to do next. You don't necessarily have to stop, but always good to sit back and think. Oh, we got a bonus. We got multiplier. All right, times 2. All right, something big, 3 digits. Oh, that's not good. Come on, something big. All right, 50 bucks times 2, 100 bucks. Nice. Okay. Hey, guess what? It brings us at a profit. So now we are at a profit. Anytime you get a big win like that, or anytime that you get at a profit or above, it's a good time to sit back and think to yourself, do you want to continue or do you want to take your profit? We're pretty fresh into this video and pretty fresh into this game, so I'm going to continue on a little bit. We're going to leave it at the same bet level, not going to change it up. All right, come on. Be cool to get a triple pop. We're still going to leave our evaluation point at 400. Anything? Nope. See how I'm feeling about this game. Oh, come on. Multiplier, we got it. All right. All right, we got a ×2 multiplier up there at the top. Let's get a 3-digit number. That'd be pretty dang cool. All right, here we go. Something big in the first one. All right. All right, one more, come on. 105 times 2. Nice. All right, $205. We even get the big win animation. That's pretty cool. All right, so now we are at $648. Now what we want to do is we want to change that evaluation point. There's a couple things about slot machines that always trip up a lot of people, especially newer players. The first one, to always remember, there is no such thing as a hot machine. Every single spin is a random independent event. It might feel like it's hot, but that is the biggest trap. Because if you get into this mentality of thinking that the machine is hot, listen, the slot machine has the advantage of time. The longer you sit at a machine and the longer you play it, that machine's gonna take that money back. So it might feel hot, but machines do not get hot. So sitting here and continuing to play would basically take all of our money back, and we don't want that. We're at $148 profit right now. So I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna change that evaluation point from 400 to 600. So 600 bucks, we're gonna leave it on the same bet level, and at $600, we'll reevaluate from there. All right, come on, let's get one of those bonuses. I kind of like this bonus. Double? Ah, no. How about a triple pop? No triple pop. So one thing I want you guys also to realize is we're kind of implementing everything that we've learned about the game as we're playing it. So what I mean by that is we're seeing pretty much the variance in it, how it's acting pretty well. Ah, man. And you can use these tips with any game that you play. It doesn't have to be this one, it can be any machine. Red? Oh man. All right, 2 more spins, then we're at that evaluation point. Man, all right, last spin. All right, so this is the point when you want to pause and you want to reflect. So right now we're at $100 profit. That's pretty good. What I'd like to do, I'm having fun at this game, and you might find yourself in this position where, you know what, you've made a profit, yes, but you're having fun and you want to kind of stick with it a little bit longer. Yet let's try, we've tried max bet on 1 cent. Let's try our 10-cent denom, but we're not going to change the bet. So we're going to still leave it at $5. So that would be this one over here, 10-cent denom, $5. We're still going to leave it at that, and we're going to set our evaluation point, our stopping point at 500. That's exactly what we started with. So $5 a spin now on 10-cent denom. Let's see how this one goes. I do like the frequency of this game though. All right, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. We got a double pop on 10 cent. Extra real plus multiplier. Oh, look, 5 times. Guys, this could be big. If we get a number in all of those, this could be big because that is a dollar sign right there. So $1 and 4 digits. Come on, let's get something good. All right, we need something in every window. That's good. Oh no, come on, something, no. All right, 210 bucks. Not bad. I like this bonus. So, if you remember in the video, when we started this video, originally I said, I noticed there's not any big progressives. That tells me that the volatility is going to be fairly low. And when we looked at the pay table, we saw the pay table is relatively simple. There's not a lot to this game, which tells me that this is a good bankroll building game. That's what it told me right off the bat. And already we're seeing it. We started with 500, we are at 780. So what do? We reevaluate. We're not going to change the bet level, not yet, because we're still just feeling out the game, you know? If we knew the game a lot better, maybe we'd increase our bet. But right now, we're just feeling it out. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave it on the same bet level, but we're gonna stop it at 700. And that's kind of how you are supposed to approach a slot machine, is set yourself these stopping points, these evaluation points. You're gonna end up being a lot more successful in the end. So let's continue on. $5 a spin still. And we're gonna stop at 700. Oh, come on. Ah, dang. So, and again, guys, you can use these tips on any slot machine. right. Almost to that evaluation point. Let's get that respin. We haven't gotten the respin feature yet. That must be the good one. 1350 is not bad. A little over double our bet back. Multiply? Nope. All right. All right, a couple more spins. All right, last spin. All right, evaluation point time. So we put in $500 and we are at $703.50. If we were to sit here and continue playing it, most likely we're gonna feed that money back. So what we're gonna do is, you know what? I've had fun at this game, but I think I'm ready to collect. So I'm gonna show you the most important button on a slot machine. It's gonna be that cash out button right there. We're gonna push that cash out button. We're gonna cash out. So we made a profit on this game. But listen guys, biggest thing to always remember and keep in mind is most people fail at slots because they don't stop, they don't evaluate, they don't take the time to do the things that I've shown you in today's video. So I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you're able to use it on any machine. Remember, you can tell the volatility of a machine by keeping in mind your budget, because your budget goes in tandem with that. Keeping in mind your budget and just looking over the game. Does it have big progressives? Does it have a lot of features, big multipliers, anything like that? We looked at this game and it was pretty simple and straightforward. There wasn't a lot to it. Yeah, it had a triple bag style game, triple pop style game, but other than that, really wasn't that intricate. So it tells us that, you know, volatility for our budget is going to be fairly easy game, and it's going to be good for bankroll building. So you can use that on any slot machine. Doesn't matter which one, any slot machine. You just got to keep in mind your budget and look over the machine. Take a look at the game rules. Take a look at the bet amounts. See if the bet amount is right for your budget. Remember, keep within the 1% rule, especially if you're new to a game or you're trying to bankroll build. Anyway, we turned 500 into 703. A little over a $200 profit, and I'm happy with that. So anyway, guys, I hope that you found this video helpful. If you're new here, again, please check out the video library. There's tons of informational videos in there. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that bell to stay notified for the next one. We'll see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Check out these other videos, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more slot tips. It's always free. Visit ropethejackpot.com for free guides and a whole lot more. Catch you on the next episode.